Hey guys, today I'm going to do a gun collection video. It's 2025, so figured I'd do one. This is my hunting rifle. It's a CVA Cascade SB and 308. I've got a Vortex Diamondback 4 to 16 on this, and it's got a threaded muzzle if you're interested in putting barrel attachments on it. It's got a super smooth action, super accurate rifle, adjustable trigger. It's been really nice. I'll have lots of videos on this coming up soon. Next up, we also have the Mossberg Patriot in 308. Don't like this gun at all. It's not accurate. The 308 specifically seem to have problems. I know some people with the Patriot and other calibers have good accuracy, but the 308 and this model has been garbage, which sucks because it's actually a decent looking rifle with the spiral bolt. It's got a smooth action, decent trigger, so this was definitely a disappointing purchase. I will be selling it once I put out some videos on it. Next up is my Savage Axis. This is in 223. I've got a Nikon P223 BDC scope on it. It's been a really nice scope. The rifle itself is pretty accurate, except I've had a rust problem on this stainless barrel, which is really unfortunate considering it's a stainless barrel. The action's decent. The trigger on them is garbage unless you get the Accu triggers on them, but they're a bit more expensive. Overall, it's been an okay rifle. It's still enjoyable to shoot. Next up is a rifle I'm sure a lot of you watching have. Classic Ruger 1022. Don't gotta say much about it. They're good rifles. Everyone who owns them likes them. I've got a Cabela's 3-9x40 BDC scope on it. Pretty good value for the price. I've shot thousands of rounds through it. It's been great. I will be doing some ammo test videos on this, so if you're interested, consider subscribing. I've got a Blackhawk stock on this, nice and adjustable. It's been a great rifle, and it's a super good planker. Moving on, we have the Weatherby SA08 12 gauge. I got this when I got into sporting clay and skeet shooting, and then it's since served me as a good duck gun, and ultimately I've had no problems with it. It's had thousands of rounds through it. I'd definitely buy again if I had to. Weatherby's got a nice new shotgun out called the Element. I don't even think they make these SA08s anymore, but super great shotgun for the price, and it's been awesome. Next is a popular shotgun, good old Maverick 88. This was my first ever shotgun. I got it when I was 12. It's taken everything from rabbit to grouse to my first deer. This is the youth model, so it's got a 22-inch barrel, short stock, and it's been really awesome. Good cheap shotgun. Moving on to some milsurps. I've got my Russian Mosin Nagant 9130. Really like this rifle. It's too bad surplus ammo has gotten pretty expensive for it, so I don't shoot it a whole lot, but really nice rifle. I got it back when you could get it for $200, and that's $200 Canadian. Those days are certainly gone, but it's been a great purchase and great shooter. This is my Yugoslav M48A. I got this just add to the Milsurp collection. I'm super into those. It's a nice cartridge, 8mm Mauser. It's a bit expensive, bit heavy recoiling, but it's a super well-built rifle, and so many bolt-action rifles today are based on this action, so it's definitely worth picking them up if you can get them for a decent price, and that's mainly the problem these days. Next up is this ugly rifle. It's a Italian Carcano. They're ugly. They don't shoot that great. They have a lot of problems. I just got it because I'm into milsurps, and it's a cool caliber, the 6.5 by 52 Carcano, maybe by 55, can't quite remember. But it's still fun to shoot. It's a part of history, and that's all there is to it, but they're definitely not great guns. Moving on, we got a classic SKS. This is my Chinese one. I've got both a Chinese and a Russian. I got these back when you could get them for a couple $100s each. Those days are certainly gone to, but they're fun to shoot. Everyone should have them. They're just part of our history, and they're awesome rifles. I think I like my Chinese one a bit more than the Russian. It's shot a little bit better, but when you're dealing with surplus rifles, there's a lot of factors to take into that. But both are super nice. Glad I got them. Next up, we have a Thompson Center Impact 50 cal muzzleloader. I got this I thought I'd get into black powder. I really didn't. It's still good to have, depending on where you live. It might get you an extra deer tag or something like that, but it hasn't seen a lot of use from me, maybe 10 shots in the past 8 years, something like that. But they're lightweight. It's got a nice trigger on it, actually, and it's still part of the collection. Okay, moving on to the handgun section. I've got a Chinese Tokarev in 7.62 by 25. This handgun's had a couple issues. The bore's not very good on it, but I got it for like $200, so still worth the purchase. It's a part of history, and it's still fun to shoot the 7.62 by 25 caliber. Next up is the Beretta 92S. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with this. It's been an awesome handgun. Nice trigger, super reliable. And then we have the Ruger Wrangler. It's a single action 22 LR. They're cheap, they're fun to shoot, and they're fairly accurate. I will have some accuracy tests with 22 handgun ammo on this handgun, and I do have a cleaning video up on it if you are interested. So that concludes the collection. Definitely growing the collection. I'm going to be making a ton of videos on a lot of these firearms individually. So if that interests you, stick around and subscribe. Thanks.